What's going on, guys? It's Adonis, and today we're going to be analyzing a new theory going around about where and when Savitar came from. If you guys are fans of the Flash TV show, make sure you hit that subscribe button and have the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any future Flash content. So before we get started, let's talk about why there's so many different theories about when Savitar is from. Now, it seems that the show may have wrote themselves into a corner because of how they try to explain time and time travel in the show. And in my previous video, I talk about a time remnant theory that our current Barry creates while fighting Savitar, and how that remnant eventually becomes Savitar. And right now there's a theory going around that Savitar could be the future version of Barry from the original timeline, so when Barry got his powers in 2020. So let me break this down for those that don't know the original timeline of Barry Allen. So when the Reverse Flash came back to kill Barry's mom is when all of the timeline started shifting. Because after he killed Barry's mom, he actually got stuck in that timeline. He didn't have enough speed to get back to the future.
What's happening to me?
Your latest time jump against the Flash caused a massive drain on your powers. Your cells contain no trace of the Speed Force.
That's impossible.
Your ability to move at super speed as well as travel in time has been completely depleted.
So the only way for him to get back is actually to help create the Flash. Because during this time, Barry was still a boy. And if Eobard Thawne just waited until he got his powers back, he would have to wait until 2020 for him to actually get his Flash powers when the original particle accelerator explosion would happen. So Eobard Thawne decided to speed up that process. He took over Harrison Wells' body, and that started that new timeline.
My name is Eobard Thawne, but that name doesn't matter, not anymore. It won't matter for many years. The only thing that really matters is who you are. Harrison Wells.
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
In the year 2020, you and your wife, Tess Morgan, successfully launched a particle accelerator that changed the course of history. I need it to happen a bit sooner if I'm going to get back. Much sooner.
So let's call the original Barry the 2020 Barry Allen. There's a theory going around right now that Savitar is the future version of that version of the Flash. And some of the things that have been pointed out is based around why Savitar wants to kill Iris. Now, the reason for some people thinking this is because Barry in that timeline grew up with both of his parents. He became the Flash in 2020. And his life was completely different at that time. Some people saying that maybe he didn't have Iris in his life. People said that maybe he does. But let's try to analyze this really quick. And let me know in the comments if this is correct or not correct, or maybe I'm interpreting it incorrectly. But because Eobard Thawne is from that future, from the original timeline's future, he had the newspaper when the Flash vanished. And on that newspaper, the article reads Iris West Allen, which means in that future, he actually marries Iris. So based on that, if the timeline is correct, he would still have Iris in his life. Now, it does say that the Flash disappears in a crisis, and that's in 2024. So could that mean that crisis, that one event, is the event that Barry becomes Savitar, or he disappears into the Speed Force, or maybe that's when Flashpoint happens and it wrecks the entire thing? We don't really know. The biggest challenge I'm having with some of these theories is how they explain the memories. The last episode, they specifically stated that Savitar has lived through this already. And in that current timeline, none of this actually happened. Barry in that timeline didn't live through what he's living through right now. So I'm trying to figure out how Savitar actually got these memories that we currently know Barry is going through right now, and Savitar knows. But if we're saying that Savitar's from the original timeline, how did he live through that? Because that timeline was completely different. He got his powers in 2020. Barry got his powers a lot sooner. There's a lot of things that are different with them. Now, there is another theory around how memories are shared between the future Flash and whatever current Flash that we're seeing. Now, one of the theories around the memories for Savitar is because Savitar is the original future Flash, whatever happens to the Flash in the past, so anything that happens to his timeline prior to him becoming the Flash, will alter his memories. So no matter what timeline he goes into or what timeline he creates, he will then know what's going to happen because he's still tied to Barry. And I would agree that that is definitely a plausible idea. Now let's just assume at the moment that Savitar is the future version of the original Barry Allen timeline. Let's say that that's true. Let's check that off. Now let's also say that the memory theory of every version of the past Barry will sync with Savitar, which basically means that anything that happens in the past, that Savitar, even though he's from the original timeline, will know it, will know what those events are. Let's say that that is true. Let's check that off. What I'm still struggling with is if Savitar is the future version of Barry Allen, and he said that he got stuck in the Speed Force because Barry put him there. How did he get put there by Barry if he is the future Flash from the original timeline? And that the only way he got out of the timeline was because of Flashpoint.
I am the future Flash.
What do you want from us?
Everything. Everything you took from me, I want it back. And I'm gonna take it back. Then I will destroy you.
Then why haven't you already? If you're all powerful, then why don't you just go ahead and kill us all now and be done with it? Because you can.
You did this to me. You trapped me in eternity. Your future self. You did this to me, Barry.
And that's the thing that I'm still trying to wrap my head around, and I feel like a lot of us in the fandom are, is when did he get put in the Speed Force originally? Not when he got out of the Speed Force. When did he get put into the Speed Force? We know that after Flashpoint, that gave him the ability to get out of the Speed Force, but we don't know when he got put in the Speed Force the first time, because he kept saying, Barry, you did this to me. You put me in this prison. And I still haven't seen any other theories around the suit and why he needs it, other than the theory that I created in my last video. If you haven't seen that, check that out. So that still hasn't been explained of where he got it, what time he got that from. So yeah, personally, I'm still sticking with my original theory. And if you guys haven't seen that, I will leave a link at the end of this video to that video so you guys can check that out. It is a little complex. Try to follow it though. But other than that, let me know what you guys think about this theory that Barry, the original Barry from the original timeline, is Savitar. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, if you guys have other theories around how the memories are shared with that Barry, I would really like to know, because I feel like I'm struggling with how that connects. And if you guys have other things as well, as far as theories that we haven't thought of yet, let us know in the comment section below, and I'll do a video on it for you guys. Like, real shit, I will do a video on it. And shout out to Jason Mays for coming up with this awesome name for Barry and Savitar, Barritar. So give him a shout out in the comments. That's hilarious. We're gonna call him that from now on. So I wanna make sure you guys don't miss any future content on The Flash on this channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you guys like the video, hit that like button for me, show your boy some love. And if you wanna check out my last Barritar video, that link will be right here to the side. All right guys, till next time. See you later.